Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to the Weiser Railroad and the Quirk Plate locomotive. For your safety, please remain seated until the train comes to a complete stop. Be certain to keep your arms and legs, and especially your hips, inside the train at all times. Also, please avoid eating, smoking, or drinking anything except water while on the train. We are starting out on a complete circle of Greenfield Village, 2.5 miles of track. It'll take us a half hour to get back here to the Maingate. Greenfield Village is divided into historic districts. I'll point them out as we go along. Right now we're leaving the Firestone train station in the working farm district going into the Henry Ford Model T district. The white farmhouse on the left is the Ford Farm from Springwell Township, Michigan, built in 1861. That is where our founding father, Henry Ford, was born in July of 1863. Going past the Ford Farm is Main Street, with all the historic commercial buildings, like the Wright Brothers Bicycle Shop from Dayton, Ohio, where the first flying machine was built. Cohen's Millinery Store from downtown Detroit from the 1890s. The Sir John Bennett Sweet Shop, the Herschel Stillman Carousel, and the Ford Motor Company. Directly in back of the Ford Motor Company is the Model T loading dock, where you can get rides in an old-fashioned Model T car. We are now in the Edison at Work district. The big gray building on the left is the Menlo Park Laboratory Complex from Menlo Park, New Jersey. That is where, in October of 1879, Thomas Edison and his research team invented the first practical incandescent light bulb. Directly across the street, the big yellow building is the Sarah Jordan Boarding House, also from Menlo Park, New Jersey, where all the single men who worked for Thomas Edison lived. The Sarah Jordan Boarding House was one of the first private residences wired for electric lighting. We are now in the historic Purchase and Parlor district, approaching the Ashley Covered Bridge. The Covered Bridge was built in 1832 in southwest Pennsylvania, where it crossed Wheeling Creek near West Finley, Pennsylvania. We are also approaching our first train stop along the way, the Sesquhana train stop, next to the Sesquhana Plantation House of 1861. Please remain seated until the train completely stops. We do have to set an air brake. I'll tell you when it's safe to stand up. At this stop, those of you leaving us may exit on the left-hand side. Left-hand side only, please. That's where the train platform is at. This is also the stop for our annual World Tournament of Historic Baseball, in progress right now in Walnut Grove across the street, and in Hawthorne Glen just up the street from us here. This is the stop for the baseball games.